back to a new Hints and Theories video, this time about episode number 5. Hi, my name is Julia, and here on this channel I present you hints and theories that will hopefully help you figure out who the mole is. So if you're a fan of the mole shows, then make sure to subscribe to this channel here and follow me on Instagram. And yeah, actually I wanted to start this episode of Hints and Theories with a funny Dennis Weining is calling joke. But as you can see, different background this time, so I actually need my mobile for some light here in this room. But still, I want to say that it was so much fun that Dennis had an appearance in this episode. I thought it was a really cool idea to kind of combine the fact that they're in Mexico again. And it also gave us a glimpse of how a double mole could actually work, since this has been like a long time theory some fans always come up with again, that there could be a second mole. Now, before we jump into the hints and theories of this episode, I want to tell you something that has been discussed in the last 2 to 3 weeks maybe. It is still a rumor, but it gets kind of more serious, and especially during this week there has been some more hints in that direction, so I thought you should probably know about it since it's pretty interesting. And that is that we will most likely get another new season of Feast them All, but in a different kind of way. And that means that there will most likely be a special season with non-famous Dutch people. And that one will most likely be presented by Hila Noorzai. Hila was a candidate 2 years ago. So there have been some rumors in that direction, and it seems like they have been filming in the last weeks. So there has been some rumors this week that they have come back from the filming set yet. So maybe a new interesting season with non-famous people, so more in the direction of the Belgian the Mole, and we will see how this one turns out. Now let's jump to task number 1, and of course again a huge chaos what we got here. 2 more or less groups, Fons and Jeroen were teamed up in one group, and well, both had some struggles with counting. Probably trying to make each other suspicious, and if that was the case, and if Jeroen then in the end suspected Fons because of that and then went home, this could be an anti-mole hint to Fons. Not so sure about that though. And in the other group, of course, we had a typical mole action. The portafons did not work all the time, just as in the Olympic Stadium during episode number 2. Yeah, is it a fancy mole action? Not really anymore, but a typical one. And in the end, in this task, it was so easy to sabotage, because just one tiny little thing, one tiny little information needed to be incorrectly, which would lead then to the fact that they would not come up with the correct sum, and with that they would not earn any money. By the way, Anna in the end was in the best position to definitely ruin it, to definitely make it a mess, since she was trying to count up all of the numbers. Yeah, so a huge chaos, huge fail again. But by the way, did you recognize that the sum which they could have won was 2008 euro? And 2008 is the number of the year in which Dennis Weining was the mole in Mexico. So it was already a little hint to Dennis' appearance in task number 2. Which leads us to task number 2. And this task had the highest amount candidates could have ever won in just one single task. Was it possible, or let's say very likely, to win this amount? Not very much, but still interesting way that they did it like that. And there have been some interesting things in that task. The first one I want to talk about is a huge hint to Rosario, because as they were trying to figure out these little riddles for the piñatas, all of the words had mole in it. And Rosario was searching for a synonym for scarecrow. And in Dutch, that is mollig. And if you have a look at that word, a close look, and you try to analyze it, put it in two parts, then you have the mole part and an ik. And ik in Dutch means eye, so mole eye. So that would be a perfect mole hint. They could show us in episode number 10 that Rosario was already saying that he is the mole, so mole eye. Then of course during that task we had Fons who suggested to destroy some more piñatas, just to make sure that they have the full map, which would also mean risking getting more minus money and in the end losing money. In theory, his idea is not that bad, but maybe too late. So actually, if you come up with that idea earlier, then you maybe have some minus money, but you get to the correct location earlier. But still, in this situation, almost too late to go in that direction to the location. It's just, more and more action than anything else. Talking about the money, in the mole talk they gave us a closer look on the money. In this season, so far that was not really possible. And if we have a closer look at it, then we can see that on the minus 250 euro is Rosario's face. So that could be another hint to Rosario as the mole. Then of course we had some people who destroyed incorrect piñatas, for example Anna, and with that of course meaning that they would lose some money. Still none of that seemed too suspicious, I think. So let's jump to task number 3. Yeah, task number 3 is of course one that showed us one more time that this group is not interested in money, but more in staying in the game, and none of them chose to go for the group actually. So it could have ended way worse than it did. Though I have to say, is it really sure that we can be sure about that they had nothing in their envelopes? Like some of the candidates did not really prove it, so it seemed a bit weird. Anyway, Anna had minus 500 euro, and of course the biggest amount of lost money in that task is again thanks to Rosario, minus 3,000 euro, the highest minus sum possible in this task. And to be honest, he did not even seem very sad about it or very worried about the reaction of the group or so. So again, a huge more hint to Rosario. And last but not least for this episode, we have to talk about the test, because there was something interesting in it. One of the questions the candidates had to answer, and which we got to see, was who is the favorite mole of them all? So the favorite old mole of the now mole. And what's interesting in it is that we have 5 possible answers there. And in the mole book here, all the candidates had to answer 10 questions as well. And one of those questions was, who is your favorite mole until now? And in Anna's and Rian's case, it is a bit, well, let's say complicated. Anna says that she can't really say it's her favorite, but she thought that Jurgen Geluk was pretty good. Jurgen was an option in the test, but she also names Merel Westrack. That was not an answer option in the test. And if we have a look at Rian, then it gets even more complicated, because she says that she thought that Jeroen Kijkendewachter was a good mole, and that name was not an option in the test at all. So it seems like this could be a huge anti-mole hint. Definitely in the direction of Jan, but maybe also in the direction of Anna. Because if you cannot answer this question correctly, then how should one of them be the mole? Now that we're all hints and theories so far to episode number 5, let me know in the comments below if you've spotted anything else that I did not mention yet. And also tell me what you thought about the appearance of old mole Dennis Swaning, and yeah, also what you thought about this episode and who your mole is. If you do not want to miss any further hints and theories videos, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. And I hope to see you all back next week, where we will talk about episode number 6. Until then, bye!